Hello and welcome. Let's talk about our digital lives. Every single photo you snap, every video you shoot, all those important documents you've saved, it's all data. And man, does it pile up fast? Today, we're going to lay out a simple blueprint for taking back control of your digital world, starting with just one drive and scaling all the way up to your very own personal cloud.
So seriously, take a second. Where is all your stuff? Are your favorite photos split between your phone, an old laptop, and maybe a cloud service you forgot the password to? Where are those family videos? On some dusty external drive in a drawer? We're going to figure out the best home for all of it, because where your data lives really matters.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll tackle the main problem, what I like to call the great data pileup. Then we'll get into the foundation, choosing the right drives. From there, we'll level up and build our own personal cloud with something called a NAS, install a super important safety net called RAID, and then for the grand finale, we'll build the ultimate media hub. It's time to go from digital clutter to total control. Doesn't it feel like we're all just drowning in data these days? I mean, a quick 10-minute 4K video on your phone can easily eat up several gigabytes. Now, multiply that by years of photos, music, work files. You're literally looking at a lifetime of digital memories. Just dumping all that onto a random drive you bought on sale isn't a strategy. It's a recipe for disaster. We need a real plan.
So every good storage plan starts with one basic choice. This is the absolute foundation of everything else we're going to talk about, and it all boils down to a classic dilemma. Do you need pure, unadulterated speed, or do you need massive amounts of space for your money? First up to bat is the solid-state drive, or SSD. The easiest way to think about this is as a big, super fast stick of flash memory. There are no moving parts, which makes it incredibly quick and way more durable. This is what you want for running your operating system or any app where you just can't stand waiting.
And in the other corner, we've got the old reliable, the hard disk drive, the HDD. These are the workhorses of the storage world. They use spinning platters, kind of like a record player, which makes them slower. But their big advantage is that they give you huge amounts of storage for a much lower price. They are perfect for archiving massive libraries of files, like all your movies or system backups. So here it is, the big trade-off, plain and simple. The SSD is your race car. It's incredibly fast, it's tough, but that performance costs more, and you get less space. The HDD, that's your cargo truck. It's slower, a bit more fragile, but it can haul an unbelievable amount of data for cheap. The pro move is to use both, the race car for the things you need right now, and the cargo truck for everything else you want to keep safe. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The experts at Tom's Hardware put it perfectly. When you need speed and you're on the move, the durable, fast SSD is just a much better choice. For your main computer or a portable drive you travel with, it's really a no-brainer. Okay, foundation is laid, we've picked our drives. Now it's time to build the next level. We're going to free our data from being trapped on just one computer and put it on our network so we can get to it from any device anywhere in the house.
Meet the network-attached storage, or NAS. Honestly, the best way to think of a NAS is as your own private personal cloud that lives right in your own home. It's basically a smart little box full of hard drives, and it's always on and connected to your home network, ready to serve up your files.
And here's the magic of a NAS. Everything is in one central place. All your files, all your photos, all your media, all together and secure. No more digging through 3 different computers trying to find that one important file. You can grab anything you need from your laptop, your phone, or your tablet. It's a total game changer. So now that all of our precious data is in one convenient spot, we have to talk about protecting it. Because here's a hard truth. Hard drives fail. It's not a matter of if, but when. So how do we make sure that when one drive dies, it doesn't take all our memories with it? Well, this is where we need a safety net. And that safety net is called RAID. It stands for Redundant Array of Independent Disks, which sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Think of it like having a spare tire for your data. If you get a flat, if one of your hard drives fails, you can just pop in a new one and the system can magically rebuild all your data without you losing a single thing. So how does this work? Well, there are a few different ways. First, you have striping. This is all about speed. Imagine your data is split in half and written to 2 drives at the same time. It's way faster. Then you have mirroring, which is the ultimate in safety. It makes an exact 1-to-1 copy of your data on a second drive. It's like having a perfect clone. If one drive dies, the other one is right there. And then there's parity, which is a bit like a clever math puzzle. It uses one drive to protect the data on several other drives.
It gives you a fantastic balance between safety and not wasting too much storage space.
And this, right here, is the critical difference. Without RAID, you just have a JBOD, just a bunch of disks. If one of those drives fails, everything on it is gone, vanished. With RAID, a drive failure is just an annoyance. You swap in a new drive, the system rebuilds everything from its safety net, and you're back in business. For your most important files, RAID isn't a luxury, it's a necessity.
All right, we've got our drives, we've got network access, and we've got our data protected. Now we get to do the really fun part, turning this powerful storage box into our own personal Netflix, a media hub that can stream our movies, our music, our home videos to any screen in the house.
You've basically got two paths you can go down here. You can buy a pre-built NAS from a company like Synology or QNAP. This is the easy plug-and-play option. The software is amazing, it's simple to set up, but you are paying a bit of a premium for less powerful hardware. Or you can go the DIY route and build your own. You'll get way more bang for your buck, and you can customize every little thing, but you gotta be willing to get your hands dirty.
Now, the software is what really brings this all to life. Plex is kind of the king of the hill. It's beautiful, super easy to use, and it just works. MB is for the person who loves to tinker and wants to customize every single setting. And then there's Jellyfin. It's the choice for the open source fan. It is completely free, community-driven, and gives you absolute control. These are the brains of your new media operation. So, we've designed our perfect little system at home. But what's really fascinating is that the principles we just talked about, managing drives, using things like RAID for safety, are the exact same principles that power the giant data centers that run the entire internet. Let's zoom out for a second and see what our personal choices look like on a truly global scale. Okay, look at this, because this is wild. In a massive data center, almost a third, 30% of all the electricity is used for just one thing: cooling, air conditioning. That's not power for computing your data, it's just to keep the servers from literally melting. It's a pretty powerful reminder that every photo we save, every file we store, has a real physical energy cost out there in the world. So let's bring it all back home and put it all together. We have a clear path to becoming the master of your own data. You start with a foundation, picking the right drive for the right job. SSD for speed, HDD for space. Then you level up by centralizing everything with a NAS. You make it safe with a RAID safety net. And for the ultimate setup, you go DIY and build a custom server for all your media and more.
And that really brings us to the final question you should ask yourself. Your digital life, all your photos, your work, your memories, it's only getting bigger. It's never going to shrink. So the real question is your storage strategy ready for that? Are you building a system that's smart enough and safe enough to protect your digital world for years to come?